Hello, welcome back. I hope you had a nice moment there to enjoy a little spot of lunch, maybe a glass of wine or cold beer. Thank you for rejoining us here on the Virtual Food Festival. This is the third one we've done here on our YouTube channel. We are live to the nation. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for supporting everything that we're trying to do to help support the hospitality sector, in particular, the hero producers and suppliers that underpin everything we do. Well, we've had some brilliant chefs and foodies this morning already. And what we like to do, we like to mix it up a little bit here on the Virtual Food Festival. We like to get in people who are also foodies, but not necessarily recognized from being in the food world. However, the next person that we're bringing on, I last saw her running around at the Taste Festival in London, doing lots of interviews and filming. So I knew then that she was a real foodie. And having chatted to her yesterday about what she's going to do, she's going to do one of the most ambitious recipes we've had to date. So yeah, eat that, chefs. Let's welcome onto the screen TV, radio presenter, and really fab foodie and nutritionist. She is Lisa Snowden.
Hello, good afternoon. What a lovely intro.
Thanks, Lisa. No, not a problem. Thanks for letting us into your home.
Yes, in the kitchen.
Yeah. Have you got the Roberts radio on? Are you listening to some tunes?
I had music on in the background over in the other room, but I've turned it off so I can focus on this and not, get distracted.
Well,
I honestly feel pressure. I mean, as you said very kindly, the disclaimer was laid out there. I'm not a chef, but I do love my food. So,
well, listen, that was no way an excuse or a precursor for you not being ambitious, because when we spoke about what you're doing yesterday, not only did it sound fantastic, but I was kind of going, really? You're aiming to do that? That's really cool.
Well, what I wanted to do was a couple of dishes because there's some great local suppliers around here, and I kind of wanted to give them all some love. So I thought if I could kind of do as much as I could in the time, then I can, just give some love to some of the amazing suppliers that are around here, about 4 different ones. So that's what it's all about today, isn't it? So
absolutely, it's exactly that, and we'll talk about who they are. But you do realise you could have come on and made a jambotti, and that would have done.
Well, okay, I can still do that. I can change it all up at the last minute.
Maybe in the next one, come back and do a jambotti.
I'd love to. No, thank you for asking me. It's a real honour. I've been watching this morning already, so yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us. And okay, so let's talk about these amazing dishes that you're going to put together. And at the same time, let's also talk a little bit about the producers that you want to champion.
Yeah, so the first dish I'm going to make is like some more plating up, really. And it's there's a restaurant that's local to us called Bombetta, and it's a really special place for my fiance and I. We went there the day we got engaged. We stumbled across it. It's on the tube line back from London on the way back to Essex. And it's a cool little place. It's like got an open kitchen. It's small. It feels really family style. And all of the delicious produce is from Italy. So Ben, the owner, and Joe, they just support lots of local Italian, producers and farmers. And so all of the ingredients is just so amazing. And it is an Italian dish. And bombetta means kind of meat wrapped around meat. And I think that is a dish from Puglia. I've never been, that's on my list. So we're passionate about that restaurant. We had George's 40th birthday there. And obviously it's closed at the moment. So luckily, next to Bombetta, there's a deli. And it's part of the same, and the deli is the chef's deli, and they obviously provide the food for Bombetta, but they also provide a lot of restaurants around London as well. And whilst we've been in lockdown, they've been supplying a lot of us around here as well. He delivers, and it's just delicious. It's like cheese and hams and oils and pastas and everything you could possibly want. Sicilian anchovies, wow. It's a taste sensation. So we're very, very lucky to have that locally to us. And yeah, he's been a saviour in lockdown, really.
You are having the lockdown of dreams.
Yeah, because it's like delicious mozzarellas and burratas and sunblush tomatoes, and it's just like, and you know what it's like with Italian food. You can just, as long as you've got a few key ingredients, you can just make something really yummy. Yeah. So yeah, we've been really lucky. Great beer as well. that's another story. But great wine, great beer. So yeah, really, really lucky. So that's the first dish I'm going to make, which is a burrata.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we're really lucky because we've got a fishmongers around here. Really good fishmongers.
Wow.
Fish and seafood, and family run. It's been going for about 30 years. They get their fish every morning from Billingsgate Market and what's the other place? Brixham Market as well. So it's a combination of two places, and it's just yummy. Like, you know, you go there and it's just like full of everything you could possibly want. So yeah, I'm going to do a fish dish. I'm going to do a crab linguine using delicious crab. Not making my own pasta though, Steve. Not making
well, okay.
I'm cheating with that one.
You're allowed.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm getting my vegetables, my fruit that's going to go, my oranges, and all of my kind of shallots and chili and everything. All of the kind of fresh ingredients is coming from a really nice organic supermarket on the high road as well, called Woodstock. So they've got great local produce and also, you know, great suppliers. And then I've got a wine as well, because of course you need wine to go in your crab linguine. And I don't think you should put rubbish wine into your food if you're cooking with it. So it's a predominantly Italian dish, but I thought I'd mix it up and throw in an Albarino, which is obviously Spanish. So we've got Italian with an Albarino, and that is from a deli called 8 Rocks Deli, which is down the road. It's opening today again for the first time actually since lockdown. So really excited to be supporting them. And the guy that owns it is called Vic, and he used to work at the Ivy. So he knows his wines, he's passionate about his food. And, you know, that's what I kind of encourage people to do, you know, just to kind of seek out these great places where they live, because it's not exclusive to me. It's like you know, these guys are passionate, and, you know, rather than going to a supermarket, which of course we all can do, but it's just like these guys know what they're talking about. They're there to kind of help you, guide you. And like I said, they're really passionate. So it's really good to support them, and they know their stuff. So they're totally teaching me every time about food and wine. So it's great.
Absolutely. All of these kind of artisan, bespoke, family-run foodie ventures that really do rely on people like yourself to champion them. And also they stock amazing produce, and, you know, you have a relationship with them.
You have a great relationship with them, and then something new will come along and they'll be like, try this. And, you know, Bombetta, for example, they make up these food packs. So, you know, you don't know what's coming. It just arrives, and there might be some salami and some, like, you know, just different things. Fava beans, because you can make a fava bean puree and all sorts of things. So you can experiment and you can kind of broaden your culinary skills, which is what I've kind of trying to do. Because if you get a little bundle of food that's delivered on your door and you don't know what the ingredients are, you just have to improvise and just make it happen. So it's been quite exciting, really.
And that's really encouraging, because, you know, being a non-chef, but being a foodie, you're absolutely tapping into what all chefs want to do: find brilliant produce and be creative. And, you know, that's what you're giving people the encouragement to do who are watching this on our YouTube channel. Let's get cracking.
Okay. The pressure's on. Okay, so I'm going to start with the burrata.
Okay.
So, love burrata, like squishy, gooey, stringy, really sour and creamy, and absolutely love it. So it comes in these little packs, and you get two of these balls in there. I'm just going to do one today. Yep. I like to just tear it apart, and you can see I'll come over and bring it to the camera in a minute, but it's just all gooey and yummy. I've got my water on just so I can start preparing get the water nice and hot for the linguine.
It's a beautiful day there.
It's beautiful here today. The sun is really coming out. So that's the burrata. It's all squishy and gorgeous. Is that a good shot? Is that good there, Steve?
Yeah, you're showing that off a treat. That's great.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, a lot of people would put like tomatoes and pesto and things like that with burrata. You know, that's kind of standard: avocado, basil. But I quite like with this dish to kind of mix it up and add some fruit in it, because I love that tartness with the sourness and the creaminess. And I think that those, for me, it's all about really yummy flavors. I just want to have a surprise. I want it to be like a taste sensation every time I have a bite. And that's what inspires me when I go to restaurants. And then I just basically, this is almost like a rip-off of a Bombetta dish. Inspired by Bombetta, let's say inspired.
Come on, you're allowed.
Oranges, these are from Woodstock, organic oranges, delicious and zingy and yummy. And I'm literally, like I said, I'm just going to plate it up. So you've got some of the lovely orange that's zingy, which I promise you is such a nice food combination. And then Who likes truffles? I love truffles.
Yeah, do you know what? Truffles, I really love truffles, but you know how I love cheese as well, and I know you do, and I love really stinky cheeses.
Yeah.
And with truffles, what I find is that there's a kind of very fine line between something really amazing and appetizing and something that smells a bit like a sweaty sock.
Right, yeah, and also you're like, I love this dish was £1,000, but can you take it back because it smells like a sweaty sock?
A little bit.
Please leave the restaurant. No, I mean, they're really expensive truffles as well. So, I mean, I personally don't buy the truffles, but the second best thing for me is this truffle honey. Have you had truffle honey before? So it's absolutely yummy. So, I mean, I buy this, it's about £11 and it lasts me quite a while because you can do a lot with it, but it goes a long way. So this even on, if you're having like a roast dinner and you have roasted vegetables, and then you put this on halfway through and like the truffle honey with the roasted vegetables is lovely.
Let's have a real close-up. Lisa, sorry to drag you back. Let me have a real close-up of that. Nice.
And it's like, you smell it when you open it, it's got black truffle in there.
Wowzers.
And it's so powerful. I mean, it's for like a tiny bit of truffle in that honey. It's just infused and it just smells divine. Could eat it from the tub? Probably shouldn't.
Okay.
So I've got my oranges. I'm not very chefy either because I don't do very amazing presentation. That's the one thing my fiance is always asking me to work on is presentation.
Presentation.
It tastes amazing. Let me just promise you that. So I get my truffle honey and I just drizzle it over.
Nice. Jackson Pollock.
Jackson Pollock. it's a bit more swirly than splattery, but yeah, we can do Jackson. There we go. And that's Shavender.
You can do that.
And then bee pollen. What are your thoughts on bee pollen?
Well, you see, when you said that yesterday, I went, oh, hello, bit fancy. And you said it's really great for lots of things, nutrition.
Yeah, so this is packed full of vitamins, minerals. It's got, you know, it's got loads of goodness in it. So it's good for immunity. It's good for your skin. There's literally, it's almost like a superfood, and you can sprinkle this on cereals and porridge. And I like to put it on this dish because I tell you what, when you bite into it, it's like got this kind of candied sweetness. And it just adds another element of the texture. So you've got the kind of tartness of the orange, that sweetness. You've got the truffle honey, which is also sweet, but the truffles have got that kind of umami vibe to it. Then you've got the creaminess of the burrata. And I just sprinkle some of that on, and it just looks really pretty because you've got like the little purple bits of the bee pollen, and then you've got the golden. So then that's all bringing it together really beautifully.
Oh,
and
wow.
because it's really good for you,
yeah,
you know, I feel like it's really nice to have the element of that because I love my beauty, I love my nutrition, and I think it's good to incorporate as many kind of as much goodness as you can into a meal. And then,
and I think you can do that with food. You can think about food, and you can think about gut health, skin health, nutrition, enjoyment, indulgence, all of those things, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you cook for yourself and I mean, it's all self-care, isn't it? It's all like what you're eating, what you're putting in your body, what you're putting on your skin. It all goes hand in hand for me. And I think it's nice to kind of, you know, introduce some of these superfoods and really yummy goodness into dishes. So this, for example, this is like a sharing plate. That's why it's just like, looks like it's been thrown together. And then you could just have it like that, honestly. And you could use, instead of orange, you could use maybe, I mean, you could caramelize your orange too if you have one of those blowtorch things, which I don't have. I'm not allowed to have one for obvious reasons. I'm a bit of a renegade, but I'd like one. So yes, I might get one after this. I might just buy it for myself. But you could do that, caramelize them. You could use pomegranate, passion fruit, maybe apricot. You know, just something that just kind of cuts the cheese. And then this is a raspberry balsamic.
Wow.
Which is quite yummy too. I don't really like balsamic, but this is really nice because it's got a bit more of a tartness to it.
Yeah.
So then I just add that to it as well, and then you go. There you go, my dish, my starter is complete. And I wish you could taste it because you've just got all those lovely flavors together, and it's really, really good. I'll take a picture of that. But I mean, yeah, I'm not sure if you like the presentation, but it is yummy. So that's a pretty much a bombetta dish with the oranges from Woodstock, and like I said, all local suppliers in that dish there. So that's my starter. So I've got my water on my linguine.
Yeah.
This isn't a complicated dish. You said that, like, I just saw Roy's cod. That was like very chefy. This is quite simple.
I just think it's ambitious, and I think it's great that you can just sort of put things together and you just say, oh, I'm just going to assemble this. But that's what it's all about. Good food is just like letting it speak for itself.
Well, I mean, I was just going to plate up 2 dishes because I did think like the cooking element might be quite scary. But then I thought, do you know what? I want to talk about KC Fisheries, which is the fishmonger that we go to.
There you go.
And it's really amazing. And when we were in lockdown, George and I had to self-isolate because we both got poorly right at the start of lockdown. And so, Debbie from KC Fisheries was a godsend. She'd bring us around fish. I'd text her and say, I need some of this, this, and this. And, it's such an amazing sense of community around here. We're so lucky. We've got some great neighbours, and the high street's like bursting with like people who are really into their food and really supportive. And so it's really shown that community spirit off more, I think, with us all being in lockdown. So it's been quite amazing.
I'm sorry to hear that you and George were poorly, but I'm glad you're better now. But yeah. It's really it's been quite telling, hasn't it, through this whole process that, I don't know, maybe I'm got a slightly more romantic view of it, but people have started to pull together, and your neighbours are there for you, the shops are there for you. Everybody's kind of in it together, and everybody's doing pretty well.
Yeah, like, notes through the door, people sharing numbers. Is there anything you need? We're here. It's like, it's really amazing. It's like, it makes me quite emotional, the love in the neighbourhood, actually. So we're very lucky.
Well, sorry, Lisa, let's hope we can keep hold of aspects of things that have happened during lockdown and see it through to the other side.
Yeah. I know. I really, really hope we can.
You've really pricked a lot of people's interest about those ingredients. So, yeah, people are asking questions. Look, where can I buy truffle honey and the bee pollen? They really want to know where they can get it.
Well, I mean, Better, you can do that. We're going to post links and things like that. And on my Instagram, I'm going to also put all of the Instagram handles of these people, these suppliers, so that you can contact them. But have a little Google online. I mean, there are, obviously I want to promote my supplier, but have a little look. You can find bee pollen. You can find it in health food stores. You can find, you can probably even get it from Holland & Barrett. I don't know, but if you can get it from, just have a look. Scope out your local suppliers that are local to you, and just ask them what they've got, because sometimes they do have other little things like that. Like the oils and the honeys and all things. And honestly, that on some porridge or some muesli. You can bake with it. It's honestly so versatile, and it's good for you. So and you don't need much, and it's got that lovely crunch and sweetness to it. So yes, have a look for the honey and have a look for the bee pollen.
Thanks for that, Lisa.
Yeah, you're welcome. So
you've got your pan.
Yeah. I've had my sous chef this morning, which is George. He's over here. He's chopped my.
Hello.
He's under strict instructions, but he's enjoying a glass of wine. So
he sat there in his underpants.
Yeah, exactly. Just dressed from the waist up.
Yeah.
Zoom ready. So my eyes, I have to wear goggles when I chop onions and shallots. Like, I don't know why, and I've been chopping them for years. I thought that it would eventually just, I don't know, stop happening and I'd become immune to it, but literally streaming. So he's done all the chopping for me, which is great.
He's a keeper. He's a keeper, is George.
He is a keeper. Naturally, got these knives from when I met you down at Taste of London, the Flint and Flame knives. Really nice ones.
Nice.
Yeah, really good ones.
Such a shame about all the festivals being closed and postponed, but hopefully we'll get to see each other again at a food festival or a restaurant sometime soon.
I really hope so too, because they are really fun. The food ones are my favourites.
Yeah.
What's not to love? There's just so many great chefs all in one space and just food galore. So I'm in heaven when I'm in at a food festival.
But you do work quite hard at the festivals, Lisa, don't you?
But trying to get as much food into my system, yes. No, I mean, you do. You're like interviewing a lot of people, but it's a great way to meet amazing chefs and to kind of pick their brains and interview them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been lucky to do that. But yeah, things, and also I shop a lot at those things. I buy a lot of produce, buy the knives, buy, it's just it's a win-win. I love it. So pans on, linguine's on.
Yep.
I did make my linguine, as I said, but I have made a pasta before. I went to a cooking class with Gennaro once, and you know, he's just like, oh, do it like this, and just do it like this, and it's like, you know, not as easy as that, obviously, but
No.
I just cheated today. So I've got my olive oil in here. I've got shallots. So for my crab linguine, I like to do it with shallots. You could probably do it with onions, white onions. I like a little garlic and a little red chili. You could do it without the garlic, I guess. Some people, my dad doesn't like garlic. He can't eat it.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It was so annoying. So when I'm cooking, when they come over, it's like I have to not put garlic in it. And it's like, I do put garlic in most of my food.
I do.
I love it. Like,
Yeah.
love garlic.
Yeah, my mom is like your dad. If I haven't seen her for a while and we say we go and visit, they're up in Manchester, we're down in Dorset. And before she said hello, she'll say, "Ooh, have you been eating garlic?"
Like chewing on parsley, desperately
Yeah.
trying to get rid of it, which that doesn't help, by the way.
No.
So yeah, I know it's just some people can't eat garlic. It's or onions as well. It really repeats on them and gives them really bad heartburn. So that is not good. But so I'm gonna bring out wine and have a glass. I'm gonna do a bit of a Floyd and chuck it in and have a drink. So wait there.
Yeah. What are you drinking? The Albarina, did you say?
Yeah. I've got this one.
Yeah.
So this is the one from 8 Rocks.
Okay.
And it's I do say Liera Riejo? I don't know. Anyway, cheers. So
Cheers.
yeah, I thought I could do a Gavi or I could do something like that, but I thought this is a really lovely wine, and it's fruity, it's light, it's perfect with the crab linguine, and it's great for a Sunday afternoon.
Perfect. Lisa, while those ingredients are coming together,
Yeah, just sweat them up a little bit. Just want to get them nice, not too, you know, but just sweat them down a bit.
Sure. And I won't distract you for too long. Wow, that looks great. When you had your career as a model and being in front of the lens and the camera for so long, food and looking good on camera, they don't always seem to be symbiotic. Was there ever a clash in your world because you're such a foodie? You love food so much.
Luckily for me, I could eat and eat and eat like an absolute pig, and I never put on any weight, and that was whilst I was modeling. So thankfully I was absolutely fine. Honestly, like I don't know why my metabolism used to be so fast and speedy that I just used to get away with murder and just eat and drink like a fish and an absolute animal. So I was really fortunate. Now, however, it's not quite the same. I've got much more considered, and yeah, but luckily back then it was absolutely fine. But I mean, I still do, you know, I love being in front of the camera. I love taking pictures still. I do still do some modeling jobs here and there. So, you know, I have to kind of be careful-ish. But you know what? I just think life's for living, and there's so many great foods, cuisines, and I love traveling. Like George and I travel a lot. Yeah. We did. And so, you know, like Japan is one of the countries that I absolutely love. It's like right there at the top, and the food, Japanese food, it's like a hard one for me. Italian, Japanese, they're both fabulous. Yeah. So I love to kind of just get stuck in and just try everything. Yeah. Like literally, like go to Japan and try everything that you possibly can. I'm chatting too much.
No, not at all. It's so refreshing to hear that, Lisa, and I'm so delighted that that's your attitude as well.
So I've separated the brown meat from the white meat, which is how I make mine. So I put the brown crab meat into the shallots and the chili and the garlic. Once they've sort of sweated off and kind of started to caramelize a little bit, put the brown meat in, and then that's when I stick in a good old slug. And you hear that sizzle. Yeah. Doesn't it sound good?
Yeah.
So add all of that wine to the brown crab meat, and just like all the flavors just start like mixing together, and they just, oh, and if you can see it, look, it's all yummy. And
you've been so good at explaining the smells and the tastes and the flavors, and we're obviously getting the benefit of the visuals. It's been, I feel as if I can taste it myself.
That's what I wanted to do, because it's a virtual food festival. You know, food is about you know, it's about like, I want your mouth to be watering, and it's like, it's great to watch it, but like, I love watching cooking shows. Like, I love it. It's like my passion.
Yeah.
I love watching people cook. I just love food. I like watching people eat food. I'm weird. When people come around here and I cook, I'm like watching them and going, do you like it? Do you like it? And it's like, I love to see the expressions and, you know, the different flavors and maybe some unexpectedness that comes out of some of my dishes. So
Well,
yeah.
I think you should do a tour of the country, going to top restaurants and do Chef's Table with Lisa Snowden.
I mean, yeah, let's do it. I'll be up for that for sure.
Yeah.
That's done pretty much, actually.
You're not going to throw it up at the ceiling then to test if it sticks?
No, there's no room anymore. It's not so much. Right, so literally this takes 10 minutes. It's so quick. So I'm going to throw in my white crab meat because my linguine is ready.
Yep.
Mix that all in. It doesn't take too long to cook the white meat. You just kind of, and I'm going to add a bit of lemon to mine now. I've already added a little bit of salt just to bring all those flavors together. And I made this actually on Christmas Eve, didn't I? For Dad and you and I. We had like a Christmas Eve, which isn't, I guess it's not very seasonal, but I had it on Christmas Eve round at my dad's house.
But you know what? I think that's a brilliant idea because it's zingy, it's fresh, it's kind of light, and all the indulgence you get over Christmas. What a perfect beginning.
Exactly. You know, it's like we eat so much, don't we, at Christmas? It's like a food coma. On Christmas Day, I literally eat from the morning until the evening. I just cram as much as food as I can, chocolates and bellinis and potato and
do you go traditional? Do you have a turkey?
no, well, we always have, but then recently, so you know what, I've stopped eating meat. I'm pescatarian now.
Yeah.
Much to my fiance's disgust, because he misses cooking a roast chicken for us both. But in our household, yes, for the last 45 years, we've had turkeys. But then we came to the realization that no matter what we do to it, whether we flip it, it's not like he's telling me. I've got George is watching over me. He's like, take the spatula off the heat. And I'm like, so hold on, I'm just going to add some butter. So no matter how we cook the turkey, it just never turns out very well. Like, you know, it's just always a disappointment.
Yeah.
And so this year we had chicken and a roast beef. And I can't even remember what I had. What did I have as my veggie option?
Salmon.
I had a piece of salmon.
Christmas sprouts.
Not very Christmassy. So look, so I've got all of that's in there. This is a baby portion. Usually the problem with my cooking is I cook for the 10,000.
Yeah.
So I eat probably much more than I should, portion wise. So I'll put some butter in there, which is really indulgent as well. A little bit of black pepper, the lemon's in there, brings it all together. And then the last thing is the parsley, again from Woodstock.
Lovely.
Loads of parsley. Mix that in. You are ready to play.
Lisa, are you able to grow anything at home in the garden,
Yeah.
herbs and stuff?
Yeah, so we've got we did last year grow loads of tomatoes, loads of like tumblers.
Yeah.
But we've got a little blueberry bush and things like that, and some apples, but not that much. But we are looking to try and grow some more. How does that look? Does that look all right? Does that look all right?
It looks brilliant.
Okay, but you know what? I'm just going to do a little neat portion, which I wouldn't normally do. That's like this is a virtual food festival delicate portion.
Yes.
And then when you've gone, I'll just chuck all the rest on it.
Of course you will. And George will be throwing you out of the way to have a go at it.
And then
Absolutely.
I just olive oil on top.
Oh wow.
It just adds that lovely kind of gorgeous glistening, and it brings all those flavors out, and you've got that lovely chili, the parsley. I just think it's a really vibrant, beautiful plate of food, and all local suppliers. So there you go, you've got your burrata and your crab linguine.
Madame Chef, would you be able to take a picture of those two wonderful plates?
Yeah. Oh, and the albarino too.
Yeah, so you're going to drink that along with your dish?
Yeah, and you know what? I also could do another dish if you wanted, because I went and I foraged for some wild garlic earlier today in the forest.
Yeah, go on then.
And I've got So I've got some wild garlic, which is really nice with the Sicilian anchovies, just on a bruschetta.
Yeah.
Should I do that as well?
Come on, chef.
All right, cool. Got to get the grill on. We can have a chat then. We can have a chat while we're doing this, and if there's any other questions.
Brilliant. Well, you know, yeah, no, I can chat.
You can chat.
Yeah.
You've been enjoying it.
I've been loving it, really. It's been great. It's really funny, isn't it? Because I've known Ross Geach forever, and we've been mates, and Jack, and I just think that all that they're trying to do is amazing, really. It's a kind of, like your recipe, it's an ambitious project, but everybody's coming together and they're really loving it. And you know, I'm sat here chatting to you, my wife Ellie is sat over there out of shot with about 10 screens, 3 phones, and the intercom going for the girls upstairs and the dogs barking. And you know, it's
you'd never know that madness was going on behind the scenes. You're like, cool as a cucumber.
It is, though, it is, but it's great. And I know that you know this, but people who work in food are generous, fun-loving, creative, and they want to entertain and they want to show emotion through what they do. And, you know, that's what we're trying to replicate here. And you've managed to tick all of those boxes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for asking me. Because when I saw the lineup, I was like, are you kidding me? You know, I love Atol Kutcher. He's on next. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Who won Taste of London.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was very honoured to be on the list of amazing chefs.
Well, what you don't know is that you were the first name on there.
No, I wasn't. No, you're lying. So do you not get hungry throughout the day? How are you sort of keeping your hunger and your drinking habits under control?
Well, I never keep my drinking habit under control, but little sneaky dashes to the kitchen. We've had some hummus and carrot, which we've basically stolen off the kids. The kids are upstairs, locked in a room, watching endless Harry Potter films and eating chocolate biscuits and crisps.
Getting away with murder, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. FaceTiming their friends. You know, our joint friend Kim Summery, the best food exec on the business.
Yeah.
He's got a question for you.
He's the one that wrote me into this.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Mr. Home Exec Extraordinaire. He wants to know what cooking shows you like to watch.
Oh gosh, anything and everything. Like, I mean, I'll watch reruns of, you know, Saturday Morning Kitchen and things like that. I can't think of what else. I just love every cooking show. I can always find joy in any of the cooking shows. And now I've gone completely blank, haven't I?
You know what I've been watching? I've been watching recently because we're not much of a family that sits down to schedule TV, but I've been late at night watching a bit of David Chang on Netflix and the Chef Table stuff. That's all pretty good.
That's really good. Love that.
Yeah, it's all very grown up.
No, it's not. But I mean, I was thinking like, you know, Bake Off and things like that. I do enjoy those shows, but I'm not really a baker. I mean, I'm going to make some cookies this afternoon and I can make, you know, everybody's been doing banana bread, gone crazy for banana bread, but I'm much more of a sort of, I like, you know, cooking. Yeah,
I know what you mean. I'm not really I don't specialize in anything really, but I know like kind of putting lots of ingredients together as opposed to just kind of focusing on one thing.
Yeah.
We've got a question from somebody on the live YouTube channel and they want to know, it's either Luxie or Lucy. Forgive me, Luxie or Lucy. But the question is they want to know where you get your jeans from.
I knew you were going to say that. I had a feeling. In my head, I was like, it's going to be completely unrelated to food. My jeans are, so I got them from Vista Village from the Stella McCartney shop a couple of years ago. I think you can still get them online and they're really discounted, but not on Vista Village. Just look at like Stella McCartney star jeans and you'll find them. And they're much cheaper now than they were when I bought them, so you'll get a good deal.
Brilliant, thanks for that. Love a bit of Stella McCartney.
Yeah, I know, especially when it's at really discounted price. So basically, I haven't got a toaster anymore, so I'm grilling it in the oven.
Yeah,
And
okay.
it's like sourdough toast from the organic shop down the road. They do lovely spelt breads and sourdough, and so. But yeah, I went foraging this morning and I found some wild garlic.
That's pretty cool.
Look, I've got these little flowers which are just the most beautiful.
Nice.
Look, they are.
Yeah,
So,
they're great.
So I've got the, I thought it was wild garlic when I saw it, but I was still a bit like, oh, I don't know. So I've got this app but it's candied, and I took a picture just to check that I wasn't going to poison myself and everybody else. But look at those flowers. They're so distinctive, aren't they?
They're
and
beautiful.
if you haven't had wild garlic before, it's kind of a punchy spring onion, isn't it? It's kind of, it's more mellow than garlic.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to garnish it with those because it just looks really pretty.
It's really lovely. And wild garlic is the gift that keeps on giving, because you can have, the leaves are so lovely. And then you can use the flowers to garnish a dish like you're going to do.
Yeah.
Then when the petals have dropped, they leave these little buds, which you can salt and pickle, and they're like capers.
Do you mean like these little round bulby bits?
Those are the fellas.
Are they?
Yeah, so you can just pick them off, keep a little bit of stalk with them if you want, salt them, and then for, I don't know, maybe a week or so, wash the salt off, and then put them in a little bit of white wine or rice vinegar. It's absolutely banging.
Delicious. And I was going to try and make a pesto. I don't have that much because obviously I'm being respectful to the environment. I don't want to take all of the garlic, so I just took a little bit.
Yeah.
But I might do a pesto.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. And do you know what, Lisa? You did exactly the right thing. When you're going foraging, you've got to make sure that you're picking something which is edible.
Shoot. You saw that. Hi, nothing to see here, just drop the anchovies. You've got to be careful not to take the bulbs and things like that of the garlic.
Yeah, totally. And make sure it's not poison. And did George try and trip you up then? Is that what he did?
Yeah, he moved all the chairs right in front of the fridge so I couldn't get in.
Oh, he's always doing that.
It's going too smoothly, I think. He wanted to. So these are the Sicilian anchovies from Bombetta.
Yeah.
A lot of the little chef's pack that you get with olives and peppers and all sorts of stuff. And it just is really, I mean, I didn't used to like anchovies, but now I really, really like them.
Yeah.
I think that divides opinion though. A lot of people probably don't, I don't know, half and half. Because they're very strong, they're very salty.
Yeah.
If you have the bread, which is really crunchy, which you just toast, a little bit of olive oil, the garlic, the wild garlic. I guess if you can't get wild garlic, you could have spring onions.
Yeah.
Maybe more of the kind of the greeny bit at the end of the onion more so. Yeah, and then you put the anchovies on top, and then it's just that combination is so nice. It cuts that saltiness of the anchovies and just kind of brings it more of a more rounded flavour.
Yeah, lovely. Do you think that your palate has changed as you've got more and more adventurous with your food?
I think my palate has changed as I've travelled more and more, definitely, because I think going to Japan and, you know, even going to somewhere like Norway, like just all of the fresh fish that you get in all these different places. And I think as I've got older, I've probably been braver with trying things, because I think when I was younger, I was a bit set in my ways. And if somebody would say, try that, I would probably be a little bit less inclined to do so. So I think I've been braver, and you know, that's how you learn about flavors, isn't it? It's like you just keep trying stuff. And
yeah, totally. And just, have you got like a guilty foodie secret? What's your kind of go-to thing when you're absolutely ravenous and you can't nip to your fantastic local shop that you've got there?
I love chocolate. I'll always have chocolate in the fridge.
Yeah.
Love potatoes.
Oh yeah.
George is making fish pie later tonight. We thought it was going to be colder than it is, so he's doing fish pie. Do you know what? I just love carbs. I think, you know, I'll make pasta. I'll just chuck in loads of cheese. Comfort food.
Yeah.
You know? And I'll always have stuff like that in the house. I'll always have pasta. I'll always have cheese, and I'll always have chocolate and wine. So, I mean,
100% with you on that.
So olive oil on top of the bread. Got my wild garlic leaves, which I've just cut up really, really roughly.
Nice.
This again is a Bombetta inspired dish. The chef there is called Vic. If he's watching, he's going to be like, "Oi, Snowden, you're stealing all my recipes." Love your work.
Yeah. Well, I reckon Vic will probably be on the phone and saying, "Could you do a split shift for me next weekend?"
When they open again, I might be called upon to be in the kitchen, and then I just put the anchovies on top there. It's probably really far away, isn't it? You can't see anything.
No, it's lovely to see the whole kind of space that you're working in, and then you've been the professional, the consummate professional, bringing it up as a close-up anyway. So
Next time I'll have a proper film crew, you know, and they can do close-ups and things like that. Next time I'll get George on the camera, because I saw that Roy had his son doing camera work, and I was a bit like,
yeah. Well, it's George's day off too, so
I know it's Sunday after all. And then I'm just going to put these little flowers on, which just looks so pretty. Oh my God. Okay. So I'm going to bring this over to show you. And I just think that looks amazing. And it is so yummy.
wow, that looks beautiful. And I can just imagine how pungent and delicious and salty and all the goodness that's in there. That's been fantastic. You know, as the non-chefy person, you're the only person that's done 3 recipes.
That's what I was watching now, and he's like, maybe I need to bust out some more dishes.
Actually,
they were simple to do though. I was just trying to show people how quick and easy they are, how delicious they are, how pretty much healthy they are, and just very grateful to the suppliers that we've got locally to us, and just very thankful that they're there and that they provide such beautiful food.
Brilliant, Lisa. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful sharing your 3 dishes, and thanks to George there for being an amazing sous chef and helping in the background. Thanks also to you for allowing us to sort of rip into part of your Sunday at home. It's been absolutely fantastic. What's your plans for the rest of the day other than eating fish pie?
Eating, drinking, be merry. The sun's out outside. I'll probably go and sit out on the grass, grab some rays.
Fair play to you.
And watch the rest, watch Atoll and then watch Paul at the end. Yeah. I'm going to watch the rest of the festival.
Well, we're struggling to get hold of everybody else. I think they're running scared.
Rubbish.
Take care, Lisa.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Steve.
Bye. Fantastic. Wow. 3 for the price of 2. Amazing ingredients, amazing support for her local producers, and by no means a little bit of quality and skill going into those dishes, not just plating them up and making them look pretty. Bit of wild foraging too, and a Brucey bonus with that lovely dish at the end. We've got